So something a bit new has been happening over the last week or two, and I thought it might be useful to talk it through out loud, partly for my own benefit and partly because I suspect a fair few of you are either in the same place or certainly headed towards it. As most of you know, I'm a DP first. That's the hat I'm usually wearing when I'm brought onto jobs. Sometimes with an assistant, occasionally with a bit of input on creative direction, but rarely as the person actually running the whole thing. Traditionally, there's been someone client-side doing the producer-ish bit, booking locations, sorting contributors, doing the emails, wrangling the schedule. It's not always a formal producer role with a day rate attached, but it's normally someone else's problem. I turn up with a camera, some lights, mics, a rough plan, a packed lunch, or sometimes it's catering provided, and then I shoot, or mostly I edit, and then I hand over, invoice, job done. But this last couple of weeks, that's shifted slightly. This last week or two alone, I've had a few inquiries where it's clear there's probably not enough budget or perceived need to bring in a dedicated producer, yet the project still requires someone to actually organise the thing. So what's now happening is I'm being approached as the DP and the de facto producer, but without anyone really saying the word, which is definitely an interesting development, a mix of, I suppose, a little bit exciting and a little bit confusing because I'm not really sure how to price it. Up until now, my pricing has been pretty straightforward, and I've talked about this before, but there's a rate for production days, a rate for post-production days, and if I'm lucky, sometimes I get to charge a rate for pre-production days. They're all pretty nicely compartmentalized, easy to understand. I can say that's 1 day of shooting, 2 days of editing, and maybe a half day prep. Add it all up and it's pretty clean. Those production days make sense to me because they're clearly high leverage days. I'm turning up with a pretty substantial kit list, burning through media, batteries, brainpower, experience, and the editing days are similar. I'm sitting in front of expensive computers, subscription software, lots of storage, making thousands of micro decisions to pull something coherent out of the footage. What I'm less used to is charging for what is essentially project management. The emails, the calls, the sort of herding of clients and talent, the location scouting, the does everyone know where to park and who to ask for when they arrive side of it. It's not that I don't do those things, I've always done a bit of them, but historically and with regards to video, they've been pretty minimal on my priorities list and kind of absorbed into the job just as these things are, as things that don't really feel quite worth itemizing. But now I'm looking at projects where a meaningful additional chunk of work will actually be required to get all that organizational stuff sorted. Not in a glamorous way by any means, just straightforward, you're the one making sure this happens. And my instinct is, I can't just charge my full production rate for that because I'm not on set with the camera, I'm not burning through kit wear and tear, I'm not using the same technical skill set that I'm honing and have honed. It feels like a bit of a different category of work. It's still valuable, but just a new type of value. So I'm sat here thinking, how do you price that in a way that's fair to the client, fair to yourself, and doesn't box you into something sort of that you don't really want for future jobs? Maybe it's just my pre-production rate, I don't know. But in theory, this is a nice evolution. It's a step closer to running an actual production company without actually having to be a production company and without just being a freelance DOP. It's sort of where you start to become the one clients come to first, I think. Not just someone they plug into an existing plan. Which is good, because I think that it would be really great to be involved in the planning stages of a lot of the projects that I get brought in on, and that would help create better work as outcomes as a result. So it's a good thing, and it's a direction I'd like my production company, High Water, to move in. I would like to be involved earlier in the chain and help shape the work and then execute it. But structurally, I find myself treating this producer/project manager thing like maybe it's a new line item that I don't quite know what to do with yet. So there's a little bit of trepidation. I'm not an experienced producer, that's its own discipline. I don't want to undervalue that role and end up just doing a whole bunch of unpaid admin either. Also, I don't want to scare off this kind of work where clients are just beginning to look at bigger projects and bigger budgets. This could be a great step for me. On top of that, there's one particular project in the mix that complicates things a little bit further. I've been approached by an agency who are putting together a bigger piece of work for a client. And I know that the funding is coming from some sort of central government pot, grant money or something like that, I think. And the agency will just be making their margin on top of whatever I charge. I think they're doing various other parts of the project, like branding and some design and web stuff, but I would be running the video side of things. So the agency makes a margin on whatever my fee is. So there's this slightly odd, slightly delicate incentive structure. The higher my estimate for the works, the bigger their slice of that pie is. No one client side is personally paying for it in quite the same way. It's sort of public money. So somewhere in that tangle is a sweet spot between not being ridiculous and also not leaving money on the table. I've got a meeting with them this coming week to feel it all out and to understand what they actually need and what the constraints are. The tantalizing part is that, I think this has the potential to be my first properly 5-figure project. Genuinely. There's a version of this where structurally it all sort of makes sense at that scale. And there's also a version where it ends up just being in the upper end of my normal range, which is still really great, and I'd be completely delighted with that. But there is this possibility of nudging it up into that next bracket, and it does something to your brain. It makes you sort of re-examine what you think you are permitted to charge. I'd love for the budget to be bigger and the scope and ambition to be bigger, and for me to, put more into it and to spend more time on the project. That'd be really great, because I think then, you'd really get the opportunity to make something that's great. If you want to see how some of this stuff plays out in real time, when I'm able to talk about it and when I'm able to show bits of the behind the scenes stuff, Instagram is probably the best place to do that. So feel free to come and find me over there. My account is called Jack Filmed, and that's where some of the sort of less polished, less direct to camera, behind the scenes kind of stuff tends to live. Anyway, it's had me reflecting on the way I've come into this line of work. I haven't come up through TV, I haven't climbed a ladder on set, I haven't done 10 years as a runner, then AC, then operator, and I'm not carrying the mental model of how a proper production company is supposed to work. I essentially started this as someone who dabbled in image making, got a bit sort of addicted to it, got incrementally more serious, bought some better kit and then some more kit, took on successively bigger jobs, learned on the job, made mistakes, tried not to repeat them, repeated them, then slowly hammered them out. It's been very bottom up, very sort of from novice to competent, one rung at a time. And that's part of what I'm trying to bring to the YouTube channel. I'm not talking down from some great height. I'm basically saying, here's what I've tried, here's what's worked, here's what's not worked, here's what I don't know how to do yet. And I suspect that a decent proportion of the people that watch me ramble on are on a similar path. Maybe at different places on it, but kind of the same trajectory. People are either early in their career or midway through or transitioning from one career path to another. I think there's probably a lot of people going from person that can use a camera to small business that makes films for people. So I'm kind of curious, how have you handled that shift where you've started absorbing more roles, particularly the producer role, but just additional roles that you didn't expect in general? Have you created a separate project management rate? Do you just bundle it in with your day rate and accept that some jobs will have a bit more admin baked in than others? I wonder if the admin and planning stuff could just be rolled in as my pre-production day rate? I don't know. Have you moved into more fixed project fees where you sort of start thinking in strictly day rate terms altogether and just say, this is the number, this is the project fee, or, value-based pricing, I think is the term. What I really want to know is how you've navigated that feeling of, this doesn't necessarily fit my old pricing structure anymore, but it's still real work that I want to do. Because at the moment I'm in that funny sort of limbo where I know I need to be charging for the ancillary role, but I can't just charge the same rate as I do when I show up and actually shoot. If you've got any experience working for agencies, because this is sort of my first time, I suppose, particularly where there's some sort of grant money or external funding involved, I'd be fascinated to hear how transparent you're able to be with the agency middle person. Do you just quote what you think the job is worth and then let them worry about their margin? Do you ask directly, what sort of ballpark are you expecting this to sit in? Or do you have a figure you need to get to? Is that acceptable? Is that too spicy? I don't really know where the etiquette sits there. Obviously, I've worked in business before, so I'm quite comfortable talking about these kind of things, about money in general. But this is sort of, definitely a delicate situation that I can't just go in tactlessly for risk of, either for risk of underselling myself or attempting to oversell myself. There's a sort of a balance to be struck, I think. By the way, if conversations like this, the sort of kind of messy, unstructured, talking it through out loud kind of thing, are helpful to you, please feel free to subscribe. It's a really easy way to tell YouTube that you'd like to see the next Open channel when it comes out, rather than trying to remember later. Zooming out a little bit, I think that many of us underestimate how much of this career is just, kind of making it up as you go along, in a semi-responsible way. You try to structure for pricing, and you tweak it for the next job, and you then realise that you've been quietly undercharging for a category of work, so then you bump it up, you wait to see if your inquiries dry up, and you get a chance to sort of test your assumptions against reality. When you start, I think you're just happy to be there. You'll throw in pre-production, project management, logistics, pickups, extra edits, all of it, because the idea of being paid to make anything at all still feels pretty unreal. And then as you progress, you start feeling the weight of those additional sort of invisible hours, and you notice that the day rate isn't really a day rate because it might include 2 days of prep and 2 of edits. Then you reach this sort of middle ground where you're not quite a full-fat production company with an in-house producer, yet you're clearly able to take on more than just, I suppose, I'm not sure, videographer level work. And you can be a bit more choosy with the work when it comes along. That's kind of where I feel like I am right now. It feels expansive, and like there's an awful lot of room to grow into, a sustainable way of working, whatever that might look like. But it's easy to carry some of the old habits forward, saying yes to too much, absorbing tasks because, it's just a few emails, telling yourself you'll sort the budget structure out for the next project. So that's sort of really what this Open channel is. There's a non-zero chance that this government-funded job, if it does go ahead and gets greenlit, could be my first 5-figure project. There's an equally plausible chance that it just sits comfortably inside my usual range and I carry on without too much fanfare. Either way, I want to walk into those meetings next week with my eyes open, rather than hoping I'll improvise something clever in the moment. Which, that would be what I would normally do. If you're further along on this path and you've already had to solve for this kind of problem, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. What would you tell your younger or less experienced self the first time you started having to add producer into the mix as something that you were doing? And how did you change that or reflect that in your pricing? Why or what made you stop doing it for free? If this has resonated at all, if you're in that same middle bit between shooter and small production company, let me know below. I'd love to turn this into more of an ongoing dialogue rather than just me broadcasting a monologue into the void. And if somehow this helped you, like I said, please consider subscribing. I'm Jack. This is Western Approach's Open channel, a bit more of a conversational version of what I normally do. And I'm grateful that you've watched, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.